All right, y'all. So this is the second time I've talked to this woman in about 5 years, and I'm gonna tell y'all my story time about this woman and why. If you stop talking to a woman the first time, you should stop talking to her a second time, and why you shouldn't even try to reconsider it. So we're gonna get into the video. I hope I'll see you guys soon. Peace. Alright, y'all, it's your boy Tyreek coming back to y'all with another video. As y'all can see, I'm doing this at my home today, a little bit different, switching it up. Anyways, if y'all haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on those notifications. It would really help your boy. Trying to grow this channel and just have an open space for dating content, helping y'all out my whole dating experience. So today, I want to tell you about a little personal story about me, about this girl that I recently talked to for a second time, and why it's important to save you men a lot of time. So I'm gonna just give y'all the backstory real quick, okay? So I met this girl about 5 years ago, like 2020, 2021. I think it was like 2021, right? Matched with her online, right? Really beautiful woman, physically everything that I like in a woman. Beautiful, cool. Get to talking, you know how it is, fellas. You get to talking to a woman you're really feeling, especially meet her online. You know, you're doing all these things. So basically we're talking, you know, we're vibing, we're chit-chatting, you know what I mean? We had a little phone calls, you know, we're sliding to each other's IG, we're messaging back and forth, woo, everything is going smooth, everything is going good. I'm feeling the vibes, I'm feeling the effort, and then you know how sometimes fellas, when you start talking to a woman after a while, they start to get a little cold feet, they start slowly like kind of fading off. Well, that's kind of how it started going, so I was kind of like, okay, you know, like trying to figure out what's going on. You know, I'm still interested in this woman, so I'm still, you know, trying to talk to her. And we're talking, but the vibe is slowly going down. So I'm like, okay, you know. So, anyways, what ended up happening, one day she just messaged me and she was just kind of like, and I'm kind of expecting, she was just like, you know, Ty, I'm going through some stuff. Like, you know, it's nothing personal, but like I'm just going through some stuff right now. I'm not really like up to talk right now with anybody. Like I'm not really trying to date. I respect that. That's cool. You know what I mean? Like I can understand. Like you know, maybe you ain't feeling the vibe with me, or maybe you just going through stuff in your own life. That's cool. Woody whoop whoop. All right. You know, I wish you the best. She was like, don't even bother reaching out. You know what I mean? Because like you know, if it was meant to be, it would have worked out right now. So I'm like, okay, whatever. You know what I mean? And then basically after that, we stopped talking for 5 years. You know what I mean? So this brings me into current day. I ran into this girl because I deliver for a living. I ran into this female and her job. Just coincidentally, she started working there, and we reconnected. She was like, "Oh wait, I think I know you." So she slid into my IG. We started talking again. You know what I mean? Like just fairly recently. So I was like, "Oh wow, like maybe this is a sign we were meant to be." You know what I mean? Like maybe this is a sign that you know things are gonna work out this time, right? So I was like, okay, why not? You know what I mean? 5 years ago, maybe things will be different. You know what I mean? So we start talking again. The vibes is cool. Everything is going smooth. You know, we're trying to set up a date and all these good stuff. You know what I mean? So everything's going cool. I'm thinking, okay, like maybe there's a purpose. Maybe there's a reason why we're reconnecting now. Because maybe she was going through things at the first time, and maybe it wasn't the right time for her, but maybe it's the right time now. You know what I mean? So she was like, yeah, you know, I'm ready for dating and I'm ready to like really meet someone. And, you know, I know we talked before, but it didn't work out. So we're talking, we're chit chatting, we're doing all the great things. You know what I mean? Everything is going good. Everything is going good. You know what I mean? And then, I'm not even exaggerating, we talked for about 2 weeks. Basically, she does the same thing, but she didn't like say, oh, like, you know, I'm too busy for dating. She just kind of stopped replying. Like, she just seems like she's just like, ugh. She doesn't really just stop replying and stop texting. You know how it is when someone stops losing interest, they just like stop messaging you. You know what I mean? Slowly, gradually, they'll message you like 5 times a day. Then it'll be 3 times. Then it'll be 1 time. Then you just get nothing. It was kind of like that. You know what I mean? And I'm like type of person, I match your energy. Like I'm not gonna sit here and chase you. If I text you and I hit you up and you ain't hitting me back, okay, then that's what it is. You know what I mean? So long story short, we kind of faded off. My whole point to the story is, if someone shows you who they are the first time, that's probably who they are. 5 years, people change, but go with your gut instinct. You know what I mean? If she showed me basically how she plays the game with dating, and that's fine. Like, I'm not bitter, I'm not resentful or anything like that, fellas. But my whole point is, if a woman is showing you what she is and she's playing games and she ain't feeling you, even if for some reason it comes back, don't even give it the time of day. Don't even play that game. Just keep it moving, fellas. Keep it pushing, because there's no point. I don't give this woman a second opportunity to try to connect with her, try to vibe with her, and, you know, try to actually go on some dates, and she just dipped out again. So it was just a waste of time. And I learned a lesson. I was like, yeah, if someone shows me how you're the first time, why am I going to go back 5 years later, even though You know, it was just chance that we reconnected because I ran to her at my job, you know what I mean, or to her job, you know what I mean. It was just chance. But long story short, fellas, if a woman is showing you something the first time, believe that's who she is. And even if she does change, I'm not saying people can't change or you can't meet someone later in life and things can be different. I'm not saying that that's not possible because it happens to a lot of people. Sometimes you meet people at a wrong time in their life and then somehow they come back in your life later and things work out. I'm not saying it's impossible, but most of the time, 90% of the time, they show you who you is at the jump and they ain't changing, you know what I mean? So I take it as a sign it just wasn't meant to be, and I will never give this woman another opportunity, even if she came back in my life a third time 5 years from now, you know, and I'm still single. I would never give this woman an opportunity because I already know how she is and she showed me who she was. So, fellas, if you have had this type of experience, just cut it off and just let it go. You know what I mean? I know sometimes it's very tempting to chase a woman that you really want for years and think that wish the best is going to happen, but sometimes it's just not meant to be. You know what I mean? And when you see the signs, just let it go. So that's my story for y'all today. I'm on one of my dating experiences fairly recently. I hope y'all learned something from it, and yeah, I hope this helps you guys, fellas out there, if you're experiencing something similar to this, on what to do. You know what I mean? Just kind of walk away, just let it be. You know what I mean? And find someone that's really trying to mess with you and rock with you and give you the actual time. You know what I mean? So, anyways, if y'all really like my video, my tips and my advice and just my stories, please give this a like, comment what you think or your thoughts. And I will see you guys in the next video. This has been your boy Tyreek, and I'll be back later. Peace.